You were principal at Benson Elementary for a while. Can you talk a little bit about your role at Benson and the importance of Benson in the community?
Well, let me connect that. I was at Booker Washington for 9.5 years, and one day Mr. Whiteman, who was supervisor of Negro schools at that time, they were building Benson. It was being built, and he wanted to know whether or not he was going to move the current principal of Saxon School to Waverly. And actually, he offered me the principalship of Benson. Well, it wasn't Benson then, it was Wheeler Hill then, but it became Benson because during the time I was there, Mrs. Benson died, and she was an old teacher who had devoted her life to teaching and whatnot. So, make a long story short, the school was, we arranged for the school to be named for her. But I was at Benson and Saxon for 5 years. And in 1960, the supervisor of Negro schools approached me about opening a new junior high school in the Greenview area. I think the Meadowfield section, as they call it now. It has since moved. It's now W. Sanders, the fellow who followed me. He was there 18 years, and he died 2 months after he retired. So they named school for him, which I thought was very appropriate. Mm-hmm. But I was there for 4 years, and Mr. Rutherford, who was principal of Booker T. Washington High School, he was on a around the world trip with his wife, who was a teacher at Benedict, and he decided to go to Harvard to get his doctorate in education. Of course, that left Booker Washington without a principal. Mm-hmm. So Ms. Adams, I think, maybe the students here have heard of Ms. Adams, or something, I have heard of her. She suggested me to Mr. White. So he came to me. We had been to New York that summer, 1965, to the World's Fair, and got back, and he wanted to know if I'd leave Fairwall. Well, I was reluctant. I was reluctant to leave Fairwall. It was a school that I saw born, mm-hmm. so to speak. And but I did go to Booker Washington High School. I think I mentioned earlier that when I had our first assembly at Booker Washington after school opened, that first year in 1965, I had made some notes of things that I was going to say to the student body. They had about 1,600 students. We had two assemblies. Well, that first group, I folded the notes up and put them in my pocket. And I told the students that I had the notes, but I wanted to talk to them from my heart. I didn't want to talk from notes. That's exactly what I did. And that was my start.